What's going on? So I started work on a new custom build for a Facebook friend and new customer. I've done some work, quite a bit of work actually, but didn't film it. But took pictures, so we're gonna start this video off with a crappy slideshow thing, and then we'll cut in with a little more video. So I'm working on a custom telly for a customer and Facebook friend of mine. And what we have is swamp ash telly body that I routed about 1/4 of an inch off the top, and then installed a book match piece of spalted maple burl. Pain in the butt to work with. Had to all in here, here and here and here. Had to put some wood hardener in it because it's been my experience with spalted woods that just soaks up finish like a friggin' sponge. So I figured I'd lay some hardener in there first this time, and then sand it back. So that's the body. Hang on just a minute. Here's the neck, and I am laminating a piece of burl over the top of the headstock too. Kind of clamped in here because you got that little rise there where it goes up to the neck. Be gluing that on later today with some hot hide glue. Wonderful thing about hot hide glue is as it dries, it pulls the pieces together. Good stuff. So what I got to do right now is I'm getting the body ready for binding. I want some black binding around the perimeter. Single piece, nothing too fancy, simple, classy. And my concern is right there. That's right where the bearing rides on the router bit. So what I'm going to have to do is make a plug, temporarily tap it in there. Hopefully, you know, just press fit. I'll make it sort of cone shaped, and then tap it in there, and then flush router it off with the rest of the body, and then we'll have a nice clean edge to route the binding with. So sit tight and we'll get to it. So we're back. So here's the plug. What I did is I took the jack for the telly and traced it on this piece of mahogany, and then took it over to the sander and we sanded a cone shape. And now we're press it into here. Pretty tight fit. You can see those spaces around it. One little one here, but that's not where the bearing's going to ride, so that's no problem. I'm going to tap it in with a mallet and then cut it off fairly close with the bandsaw, and then do a flush cut with the router, and we'll have a nice smooth area to run our router bit with the bearing for the binding. That's all set. Looks all right. Now I can run my router bit right across the hole here, not have to worry about it. And then when I'm done, stick something in the cavity, give it a tap, and it should just pop right back out again. All right, so let's get to the binding. Okay, so that's pretty much all done. All we got left to do is solder the black wire from each pickup to the back of the volume pot, and the neck goes here, bridge goes here, and that's it. Yeah, I put blue tape on it to protect it from getting scratched. So I'm back to working on the Tele again, and I just finished up the binding. Simple little black binding, 1 ply. Nice little outline. Looks good. See that right there? That happened when I was routing around the outside to shape the top on the body. So there's a couple ways I can fix that. Could mix up some epoxy and with some flocking powder. Flocking powder is basically just ground up black stuff that just turns the epoxy black, and you fill it in there and you're good to go. The only problem is in a couple of years it begins to shrink. Epoxy has a tendency to shrink over time. So what I decided to do is I have a collection of wood powders that I've saved while I was, you know, cutting and sanding and that kind of crap. I've got some ebony and I got some rosewood and some mahogany, and what I'm going to do is going to fill that little void up with some ebony, because it'll enhance, because you know the spalt has all black lines and stuff in it, and just fill it up with some black ebony and then put a few drops of super glue in it, and a little more ebony and a little more super glue, and we'll build it up and see what it looks like. Yeah, so check out the progress, see what it comes out looking like. Filled with ebony powder and CA or super glue, whatever you prefer. And I'm going to let that harden up, and then we'll sand it off, and it should blend in quite nicely. So we'll be back after this thing hardens up. Well, just about done, and there it is. Black spot, you know, kind of blends in, looks like that. The other black spots, nice and smooth. Hopefully looks seamless. Alright, I think it's time to get going on the headstock overlay. Okay. So we're mixing up some hot hide glue. Started with some boiling water in the house, and then brought it out here. We got it on this hot plate. It's just about ready. It's pretty nasty smelling stuff. It's some good friggin' glue. So we pre-shaped our overlay, and to put a little ledge. I don't know if you could see that. Put a little ledge right here, so it's going to sit up under the fretboard. What a fretboard is, so it's nice and straight. What we need to do first is warm up the headstock and the overlay with heat gun. Gives you a little extra time to move it around if you need to before the glue cools off. Okay, so we'll be back when this is ready. this gas off now for a couple of hours and then see what it looks like. Looking pretty good so far. Some nice coats on there. Yeah, like I said, we're gonna let that gas off for a few hours, and we'll come back a little later and maybe throw 2 or 3 more good coats on there. But it's looking really nice so far. Nice. So here's what we're working on today. Got Eric's custom built telly. Nice swamp ash body with a spalted maple top, and it's been sitting in lacquer for about 6 weeks now, and it is ready to be wet sanded and buffed out, and Eric is going to be one happy guy, and I can't wait to get it to him. So let's get on it. Okay, so like I stated before, I wet sand with naphtha because the wet sanding with water gets in these holes, seeps into the wood under the finish, and causes the finish to crack. Had it happen to me once when I used water instead of naphtha, and I'll never use water again. Give it a shot, try it. It evaporates, you know, a lot quicker than water, but it also, when you wipe it down, you're also cleaning it too, so works really well, and it's what I found works best. Yes, it says Fender on it. Why? Because Fender licensed this company to make necks. Their style necks. And their replacement necks for Fender guitars. I did put that on it. So I'm calling this a one-off. It's the licensed Fender neck. It's a licensed Fender body that I just modified. But anyway, what we have here are Goto Schaller style tuners. I like Goto tuners. They're excellent tuners. Never had any issues with them at all. You know, you buy cheap crap, you get cheap crap. You buy the good ones, you get the good ones. Anyway. Pretty much good to go. Hey, so I'm back. Just about finished with my coffee. Getting ready to throw some more coats on there. I'm going to tell you the 50-50 mix is working out quite well. It's nice and flat. All right. So, let's throw some lacquer. Okay, so a couple of good coats on there. Just want to remind everybody, when you're spraying lacquer, make sure you wear some sort of breathing protection, because the shit will kill you. Not now, not in 5 years, but probably in 20 years, you'll end up with freaking lung cancer. So always wear breathing protection when you're spraying lacquer. Simple as that. Alright, so I'm going to let that gas off for about half an hour. come back and assess it and see if I want to throw another couple coats, or maybe just leave it like that. It might be enough, but we'll check it out. So we'll see you in a bit. So we're back. I think that's where I'm going to leave it, right there. It looks great. Maybe one little drop fill right there, and that's it. Yeah. So we'll leave this thing here to gas off, and we'll check on it tomorrow. Hey, what's going on? So I guess this is the last installment for this video series, because Eric's Telly is just about done. Beautiful guitar. I wish I could tear it up a little bit, but you know what? I am not left-handed, so the best I can do is fumble through a couple of chords. I can tell you it sounds pretty good, and I hope he's excited, because he's going to be probably getting this within the next week. So here it is. It's a swamp ash body with a spalted burl maple top. It has Giovanni pickups. They're by Artec. Now I know Artec has been making budget pickups for quite a while, but I gotta tell you, these pickups sound good in here, and I'm not a big Telly fan, and they sound good to me. So both maple top, nice simple black binding. I laminated some spalt on the headstock. See it there? It came out really nice. Godot Schaller style tuners. Excellent tuners. Beautiful grain in the back. Just a gorgeous guitar. And yeah, it's been fun building it, and I'd like to thank Eric for entrusting me with his build, and looking damn good, and I'm excited. Very nice. So what I have to do left is one tiny little drop fill. I don't know if you can even see it. Right there. There was a tiny little, what I thought was a dent in the wood when I got the body, and I tried to steam it out, but it wouldn't come out. Apparently there was actually a little bit of wood loss there. Even after you know, multiple coats of lacquer. It's still sunk in a little bit, so a little more drop filling to do, and hit it with wet sand, take it over, buff it out, and after that it'll be shipping. So Eric, get ready, because she's coming home. All right, thanks for watching. Stay out of trouble. Okay, that's the best I can do when I'm left-handed guitar.